like yourselves.
Your beautiful person that you should own.
In Senate, as well as other women in Senate.
And share with whoever is your partner.
In the Senate. Also, this issue.
They want to have it by force, by hook and crook, and tell you to shut up because you are ashamed of yourself. We are women, proudly women.
If you want to talk,
we will come to the Senate as proud women, not as ashamed of ourselves. On our physiology.
Do you understand? Because just like I don't support affirmative action.
As them say, we no go sleep. We will not rest now. We will engage them. I can't sleep. This is midnight and I can't sleep. Because what Senator Giwa, she said we should not be calling them by their first names. In fact, she's teaching us how to address senators. They feel so important that they will come online to come and tell us how it is a crime to call them by their names.
And again, I don't even know when this started calling senators by first name. Yeah. That's totally out of order. It's like you're talking about one girl in somewhere.
Thank you very much.
But that's by the way. That is how little their minds are.
And again, it shows weakness. You don't allow it.
So is it sure?
You cannot. It cannot happen in the Senate. Really? I'm not saying that the lady is lying. I'm not. But again, my dear, when you get to Senate, you are there as a person. You are not there as a man or woman. You are there as a person. It doesn't matter what you're carrying, whatever. You understand? You are there. And then, mind you, I don't think at this stage of, I respect that girl. I like her. She's very intelligent, very well spoken. You understand? But I do not think that the person you call sir, because first of all, if you call somebody sir, then you are giving the person a chance to whip you.
Senator, let me ask you a question, a very direct question.
You understand? I'm not doubting what she's saying, but I'm saying that.
It is very clear.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying that it would not happen in the Senate.
In the Senate,
you understand? And it should not happen in the Senate. And again, I'm not here to defend anybody. Yes. In politics, people joke and say things to each other. Yes. In politics, you touch a lot, you do things a lot. You understand? You understand? But I think this thing for me, my issue is that this lady, whatever it is, should be sorted out.
You think she's not handling it well? I think
absolutely.
When somebody say. When Pekin say mama no go sleep, into no go sleep, as we want to leave sleeping dogs to lie, and they keep fooling themselves. In fact, I used to say silence is golden. And we want to warn the Senate at this time to stop. Stop sending people from the Senate to come and defend Akpabio. You people are making a mess of the Senate. That is not how things are done. And if you people will not stop, we will increase the dragging. When last did I see mommy? When last did I see her? People we held to high esteem. People we thought we held them somewhere. And when they come out to make certain statements, you get so disappointed. We will not buy any rubbish she came to that station to spill. Thank God that interview was short-lived. I could envisage that they were not comfortable with the rubbish she was spilling in trying to protect her the more because she was showing herself and how small the brain is. They had to stop that interview. Thanks to Ayo, the ladies in Arise, they are making us proud these days. The one that interviewed King Ibe also reminded her how she's minimizing Natasha's experience.
Clear the parts that you're aware of and what you're also unaware of. But some statements that you made, you did say that the Senate is not gender friendly, but it's been improving, and what is done to women is also done to men. That doesn't sound like it makes this experience okay. It also sounds a bit, to an extent, like you're minimizing Senator Natasha's experience, since you're saying that what she might have experienced is not something exclusive, but it's something that other people also experience. Now, I'm just wondering, as Nigerians, we most likely did not sign up for the senators to indulge in what is happening or engage in what's happening at the moment. I'm wondering how this public discourse, or discord, I should say, impacts the citizens' confidence in the Senate. Also, as a citizen of Nigeria, I would like to know your answer to that question.
They are becoming very professional in Arise to point to the main issues and stop bantering to the ego. Pampering the ego of these people who feel we should sleep on our stomach in respect to their foolishness.
Yeah, I had to fly in for this interview. Yeah. So
how can this woman fly all the way according to her to come and say the nonsense she said? In fact, she made us know that is a wolf region.
On this matter, I'm not with Advocacy. You understand? Number one, it is the worst sign of weakness on the woman's part. You understand? For you to come out and accuse a man or accuse a man of making passes at that level. There are 109 senators. It is not easy to win election to the Senate. Now, the Senate president is first amongst equals. You have arrived there as somebody. I had 7 local governments with me, so I went there with strength. And my God, I won this election. So I saw everybody there as equals, and then we sit down and decide who is going to lead. Because in every group there has to be a leader, which is what the Senate president is. But that again, there's something that I'm hearing that each time I hear that, my heart Mr. Beat, that senator will get up and address Mr. Senate President as sir. That's another undemocratic language, which should not be in the Senate chambers. It is Mr. Senate President. Even if you have to call
well,
it, so don't come here and sit on television and then you come here to say that somebody you're not a college girl, you're the by the time you get to Senate, you are qualified to be president of the country. By the time you get to Senate, you are qualified to be president of the country. And there are procedures that you must abide by the procedure. I'm a great fan of that lady, but I'm not a fan of any lady. Any lady. It's like you waking up tomorrow to say that Mr. Bassi is harassing you, so you cannot present.
Since you mentioned to
yes.
So, ma'am, as a lady, as a woman, since you referred to me, there's no level at which we do not experience sexual harassment. You can choose to keep quiet about it, but I think
you're not keeping quiet, it's allowing it.
I know. I do think it's disrespectful to women who have the courage to come out to speak, to say that they were not sexually harassed.
It's not at that level. Not in the Senate.
Let me play something and ask you a question. So that I don't misunderstand. Your position is that you're not saying Senator Akpoti is lying. What you say is the way she's handling it is what you don't agree.
I don't have any comment on whether she's lying or not.
Exactly.
Number one, the Senate President has the prerogative to allocate seats.
Yes.
So for me, please listen to me. You understand? If I come there, you say you have changed my seat, I go and take my seat.
The new seat.
You understand? I go and take my new seat. I want
to do there kept playing in my mind. They don't know how they mess up our psyche by the behaviors and speeches, utterances that come out from them. It's like they don't even understand that they are up there and we are looking up to them. They are steering the affairs of our lives and the country, and we are following.
any material.
So if they think that they are just there to collect salaries, they are making a mistake.
Chairman of
Each day we watch and follow,
again, it's carefully
and they mess up our psyche. Look at all the nonsense she told us to be doing.
Jonathan, very, very highly respected.
Let's hear her.
You know, the struggle she fought on until she won the election. Actually, look for her number and call her. And I said to her that I think I see another Itagiwa in you. You struggle, you won the election. Go there, be strong, and represent your people very well. I didn't know her, but she was happy that I called her. Now, when the nightclub thing happened, again, I was out of Lagos. I was even calling Ozzy. I said, please tell him or tell Mr. Bati, I'd like to come and talk about it, but unfortunately I couldn't make it because I also felt it was out of order for somebody who is presiding to have the word nightclub cross his mind. You understand, when you're handling the issues of a country as the number 3 man. So if I thought he said that, I felt it was totally out of order and needed to apologize to women and to that lady, which eventually Senate President did. You know, but you know, on this matter, I'm not with Akpoti. You understand? Number one, it is the worst sign of weakness on the woman's part. You understand? For you to come out and accuse a man or accuse a man of making passes at that level. There are 109 senators. It is not easy to win election to the Senate.
You don't need to tell us you're a great fan of her. When they start painting issues like this, they want to validate their stance. There is nothing you will say. We are proud of who we are. She's telling us to pretend not to be women because we are going into politics, a male-dominated place. Men are not monsters. They are not demons. They are lovely people. Only that there are men who are wolves. And she has painted the Senate to be wolves, which I disagree with. There are many honorable men in the Senate. And she's saying we should not go there as women. Why? Because we have become meat for the slaughter. We have become food for hungry lions. So we should not present ourselves as women. We are.
When a woman is sexually harassed, as she claims, she should keep quiet. Misogyny should continue.
No, I don't.
That women should not speak up.
No.
Because she has won the election in the Senate now.
You have passed that. By the time you contest election and get to Senate, you understand? You have passed that. You know, you are past that stage of your life of being sexually harassed.
Really?
So yes, by the time if you go there and start, you are past that. You go there, so you are all equal in that Senate.
So really? So
yes,
if somebody
you are all equal. It's out of order. And again, it shows weakness. You don't allow it.
So is it sure?
You understand? You cannot. It cannot happen in the Senate.
Really?
I'm not saying that the lady is lying. I'm not. But again, my dear, when you get to Senate, you are there as a person. You are not there as a man or woman. You are there as a person. It doesn't matter what you are carrying, whatever. You understand? You are there. And then, mind you, I don't think.
Proud of who we are. If our polity will not respect women, then there is problem. And we will not back down. We are going there as full-fledged women. What kind of presentation is this? If your mother trained you to be a strong woman, she did not say you should repackage yourself because you are going into politics. I don't even know when they started calling senators by first name. And then you take out of order. Like you're talking about one girl in there somewhere. You understand? They don't say they should be addressed by first senator approach. Now when that lady now, but that lady won election. I don't know her, but you know, for her courage and the struggle she fought on, she won the election. I didn't look for her number and called her. And I said to her that I think I see another Itagiwa in you. The struggle you won the election. Go there, be strong, and represent your people very well. I didn't know her, but she was happy that I called her. Now when they don't see any Itagiwa in her, because right now we are not something we want to represent. She is Natasha. She's herself, her full rights as a human being who is bringing something to the Senate, not as Itagiwa with this nonsense you are presenting here. People who feel that they have They have done the undoable by going into politics. If in the Senate of over 100 people, almost 110 people, you have 4 women there. And one of them is trying to assert herself and do her job. And she's been seen as overbearing. She's been seen as forward. She's been seen as noisy. She's been seen as what? Is it not the other men that are also doing what she's supposed to do? You people are discrediting Nigerian politics.
For you to come out and accuse a man or accuse of making passes at that level. There are 109 senators. It is not easy to win election in the Senate. Now, the Senate president is first and foremost, I went there as somebody, I had some local government people. I went there with strength and my God, I won this election. So I thought everybody there as equal. Now we sit down and decide who is going to lead, because every group has to be a leader, which is what the Senate president is. But then again, there's one something that I'm hearing that every time I hear that of my heart, it is a bit. That's not get up and address the Senate president answer. That's not democratic language. We should not be in the Senate chambers. It is Mr. Senate President. Even if you have to call him Mr. Senate President 10 times, you know that you are the Senate President. Because the Senate President is calling the entire Senate chambers. That's out of order. But now, in terms of presentation of bills of presentation of any material, mandatorily, there are leaders. Mandatorily.
Hi. Jesus. There is fire on the mountain. It is a sign of weakness for a woman to say that she's been harassed sexually. Let's tell her that it's a sign of strength for you to be bold, to state your experiences. Oh my. There is no age you get to and the whole thing is over. In my previous video, I talked about my experience as a student. Should I tell my experience as a full-fledged adult and married woman? We don't want to go there. In offices where you work, daily interactions. Should I tell you? Barely 2 years ago, I went to do an exam. A colleague, just when you interact and they see that, I don't know what they see. The next moment, they start misbehaving. Should I tell you that that man, a married man, had to video himself fully naked and send to me just to seduce me? And he felt I was away from home, so I could misbehave with him. Because they see us as sexual tools. Available, name your price. Now that you're a senator, we can come here and have good times so that you can climb the ladder of your career, so that you can succeed as a senator. Nonsense. They use you, your body as bargaining chips. Nonsense. There is no time that is appropriate to raise alarm.
Chairman of most of business companies, it's carefully chosen. You understand? It's somebody who is very knowledgeable, you understand? Very highly respected, somebody that will not negotiate anything. But everybody wants his matter, his order to enter. And then mandatory, every week, Senate President must appoint his office officers to look through the business of the following day. These officers will now agree that this is presentation. So there's no way anything can be sneaked in. Now, for the senator, if you want a matter, you will also when you come back to the Senate, and when you other guys announce and the business of the day is announced, you have the right to bring on a matter of national order importance, which the Senate President is obliged to allow you. You understand what that is announced? So if you want your matter put in the other paper, you go and know the principal of that, and the head is announced, or if in order, you didn't have to order. Because it's a little context. I get what you're saying, Africa has announced, but the difference is the fact that she was standing up to the volunteer because she was saying, and she has also been very strong allegations. That is because of sexual harassment, and she has not called. That's why she treated that. Because that's what you see. You said something just about that. You said it is usually something else that came out to be. So is it that when women sexually harass, she claims she keep quiet? It's something she goes on. You should not speak up. No. You have passed. You have contest election against the Senate. You understand? You have passed. You have passed stage of your life against sexually harassed. Really? For example, if you go there and answer, you have passed. So you're all in the Senate. Really? So you're all in the Senate. And they say it is our sexually harassed. You don't allow it. So
these women make stupid statements. I will keep recounting the stupid statements I have had over this matter. Number one, Akpabio wife saying that they have people always around them and that there will be no time for such thing to happen. again that their family friends always together and Natasha didn't say anything, and that his husband is a playful person, and then the senator woman also came to say they make light of everything, just as he makes light of everything. And then this woman coming to say, when you become a senator, you have passed the stage of being sexually harassed. Look at them. Huh? Is she saying the truth? That they touch a lot, they joke a lot. Where is it? Huh? They joke around, they joke a lot, they hold hands, and they jest and call names. In politics, Jesus. Hey, these people will not finish us. Ayo, thank you. Jesus Christ. This woman basically came to the station to gaslight any woman that will talk about sexual harassment. She basically came to tell us not to speak up. She's so angry with any woman who is speaking up over her experiences.
In this case, in this instance, we have seen how politically they are treated. We have seen how Natasha, Advocacy here, is saying that the reason why she's been treated that way because of the practice of sexual harassment. And what I read from what you're saying by that, once you get to the state in the country, you can't say you should manage to stand up to this.
He said that there's a way. He said that there's a way. He said there's a way. So that's not the way because he has sexually harassed. So since you know the way that it is, that's why you avoid it. Can you share with me about because who at that level was still being intimidated? How to what to do for the young girls in the university, you know, growing up. What I'm saying to you is that by the time you grow up and decide to be the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you must have gained so much confidence in yourself. So why are you talking like that? No, you don't understand English like you do. As a woman, I take my point. You know, if someone talking to yourself, you know what it is to be election to the Senate. You talk like a man. You want to give the money. I can't win election. I can't lose election. I can't win to go and go to Senate. So by the time you have as much authority. I'm sorry, my personal opinion that I have to take the Senate. You come and tell somebody it's secretary harassing you. You make yourself unapproachable. I don't let anybody take you and show you. I don't allow it. You make yourself unapproachable in this moment. I've been in this moment all my life.
How does a good-looking woman like Natasha get herself on a budget?
I don't think when I was in Senate, I'm still not really something. I like that girl so much. You understand? I didn't want to be honest. Why would you go to the man of saying your other went to like for your other people to be in this? For goodness sake, you know what it is? If I make it this, you know what it is? Your woman to win the election to get the Senate. You understand your life, so I mean you have to be about it. You know you're on a person you're for business. Thank you so much, man. It's very serious sexual harassment. It's so much, man. Thank you so much. Some people have something to say about that, especially women at that level who still consistently get harassed.
Thank you so much, ma. Sounds more like shut up. Shut up and get out of the station. Hi. These people insult our intelligence, insult our femininity, insult our senses. I don't know if you're as shocked as I am. Why I'm so shocked is who it is coming from. I thought that Senator Ireti Kingibe was evasive and gave up. I didn't know there was somebody worse than her. On behalf of every Calabar girl, because she came from Calabar to represent her Calabar brother, Akpabio. On behalf of every Calabar lady, woman, girl that has been molested, abused, harassed, in homes where they are looking for livelihood, in places where they work, I apologize. Please, forgive. Please, don't mind this woman's statement. It's even more annoying when she says she runs what, I don't know what to call it, that handles cases of sexual harassment. And then you imagine what she does there. How she would tell parents or people who are involved to shut up and not talk as a sign of strength. Cover up so that you will not be mocked to be a weak woman. Women will always be the weaker vessels. I'm not talking about strength or brain. The vulnerability coming from their gender and uncultured men who see them as food. So saying we should not speak up, the more we speak up, the more we have the courage to recount our ordeal. It shows how self-aware we have become and how courageous we are to face the monster. Silence is not a sign of strength in sexual harassment. Thank God they didn't allow her to continue spewing nonsense. Ayo, thank you for stopping her. We still get harassed. Let's tell Madam Giwa that we still get harassed even as married women. Let's also remind her that she made a mess of the Senate. Why do you think it's almost becoming a norm that illicit sex and extracurricular sexual activities is becoming a norm? Why do you think it's rampant? Is women yielding? People yielding because of this kind of gaslighting. When they are gaslighted, when they are pushed, they almost start seeing themselves as the problem, as incomplete, as not normal. Because these people, they make you feel less of yourself when they start. I narrated my experience because that man was saying, look at you. You think you're still a baby. You are pretending that you've never had fun. He said a lot of things. Is it not just a drink? We can just have a drink. I already ordered soft for you if you don't take alcohol. Because at the time I told him I don't do alcohol, I don't do drinks. He said, I'll get you soft. Which kind of drink am I going there to drink? So if I'm somebody of low self-esteem in the presence of somebody I look up to, a senior lecturer of mine, a senior police officer, some wayward people would even want to tangle with him. But if I lack esteem, I will yield to his pushes and the gaslightings. I can't tell you everything he did. This is unacceptable from somebody who is coming from the Senate. When we think we have had enough, we don't know that more nonsense are coming. So So at this point, we want to warn these people to stop. Stop your campaign against Natasha. Stop your campaign, because the more you come out, the more you get us angry, the more you infuriate the women of Nigeria and by extension other women. If you don't stop, we will start a very massive campaign. Stop forthwith. Stop bringing people to come to the station or any station to gaslight, to harass Natasha for saying her truth. If you want to bring people to talk about it, let it be educational. Tell us how we can curb the meanness. Tell us the measures that can be put in the Senate to forestall things like this. Enough is enough. We have had enough. We have had enough.
But I just, for time, that we may not have, I believe that once a female is strong enough to contest election, because in all my 33 years of active politics, from House of Rep to Senate, and all 4 elections I won, I never presented myself as a woman. I never presented myself as a man, because God forbid, I don't want to be a man. There's anything like reincarnation, I want to come back a woman. I presented myself as a person. And that's the upbringing I had from my mother, who was a very active journalist. She was a good mother and wife. Yes, and active, in and out of jail. So that's the upbringing I had. So once you go to that arena, you present yourself as a person. I watched that interview, and I felt very bad as a woman and as a female politician, which I am still today. I'm a great fan of Senator Advocacy.
The victimization mentality should stop. What they are doing now is the culture of shaming. Culture of shaming. Shaming people for saying their truth. Victimizing people for saying their truth. And this kind of thing will not help. Will not help us as a people. Will not help in curbing this kind of meanness. It is even because the people that harass you know that you will not be bold to talk about it. That is where they hide. They hide under the curtain of your shame to continue their harassment, because they feel you cannot come and say this without people saying the other way. And probably, if I say my truth, people will say, tell us, you enjoyed it, you did this, and all those kind of things. So they capitalize on your shame to abuse you. Your beautiful person that you should own and share with whoever is your partner. They want to have it by force, by hook and crook, and tell you to shut up because you are ashamed of yourself. We are women, proudly women. We will come to the Senate as proud women, not as ashamed of ourselves and our physiology. If you are ashamed that you're a woman in the Senate, sorry.
I can name them.
It's clear that the point is you said you're an eyewitness, and that's completely fine. And like Aaron mentioned, even though it was a different context with Bukola Saraki, the fact that you witnessed this and you're saying that it didn't happen, then you should probably be at the forefront pushing for transparency to clear the name and the allegations as opposed to...
Of course, this has been done before the Senate. As far as I'm concerned, it's a yes, sir. Senator Natasha never...
They brought this one to come and scream and shout at Natasha if she's the only woman. Should all of us come out to come and say all our experiences? We will overwhelm you in that your Senate. Look at the kind of people they bring to our Senate. Look at the kind of people governing you, making decisions on your behalf. No wonder you are where you are. If they are harassing her online like this, visibly, what more would they do to her in the Senate and in their committee? Let's believe that the people in those ethics and privileges committee are people with maturity, understanding, and competence to handle this kind of matters. If the women in that Senate that should be protecting their fellow are all against her, and they will be part of those ethics and privileges committee, imagine how they are going to tear her in the Senate. So we call for independent body. In fact, it's one of the recommendations these days that part of those their ethics and privileges committee should be people outside the Senate from different walks of life, so that they can look at matters objectively. Many reforms to be done in the Senate, because all the people that came to talk about that Senate is painting it as a jungle, a place to be afraid of.